Hi guys, this is Ashish. This is Professor Ashish here, and this module is basically talks about or introduce you to soil systems. I'll just quickly walk you through what are the main components of this. First of all, I have a couple of pictures which probably the student can go through and understand what exactly I'm talking of. Thinking routine, as my slide mentions, it talks about see, think, and wonder. Look at the following images which are coming in the next forthcoming slides. For each image, write down what you see, then write down what you think. Now, write down what you wonder. This is the first one. You can see a lot of bushes and soil texture in this. This is the second one. Right. I will not say what I see, but you have to put in what exactly you feel about it and what you see. Again, this is image number 3, image number 4, image number 5, image number 6. Okay, so coming on to significant ideas, the soil system, as everyone knows, and uh, it's said in Indian culture, the soil system is a we grow from the soil. The soil system is a dynamic ecosystem that has inputs, outputs, storages, and flows. The quality of soil influences the primary productivity of an area. As I said, every region is and the agriculture is totally dependent on the quality of soil. Like there have been times, there have been regions which have very high content of minerals, iron, and things like that. Usually, in an area where the content of iron is more, it would be a bit dark soil. Knowledge and understanding out of this, which I expect is the soil system may be illustrated by a soil profile that has a layered structure, horizons. Soil system storages include organic matter, organisms, nutrients, minerals, air, and water, which are part of it. Third, transfers of material within the soil, including biological mixing and leaching. Minerals dissolved in water move through the soil, contribute to the organization of the soil. These are the inputs of organic material, including leaf litter and inorganic matter from parent material, precipitation, and energy. Outputs include uptake by plants and soil erosions. Transformations include decomposition, weathering, and nutrient cycling. The structure and properties of sand, clay, and loam soil differ in many ways, including mineral and nutrient contents, drainage, water holding capacity of the soil, air spaces, biota, and potential to hold organic matter. Each of these variables is linked to the ability of soil to promote primary productivity. A soil texture triangle illustrates the differences in composition of soils. Application and skills outline the transformations, inputs, output flows, and storage within the soil systems. It explains how soil can be viewed as an ecosystem. Compare and contrast the structure and properties of sand, clay, and loam soils with reference to a soil texture diagram, including the effect on primary productivity. What is soil? Coming on to the first and foremost, uh, I would say, definition. What exactly is soil, which we are talking about? Soil is a complex mixture of eroded rocks, mineral nutrients, decaying organic matter, water, air, and billion of living organisms, decomposers, which can be termed as decomposers. Why is soil important? Well, very simple question, but if I have to put in uh, top 5 points under this, then I would say ultimately responsible for all the food we consume. Number 2, provides all nutrients for producers. Number 3, habitat for many organisms. Number 4, filters water. Number 5, recycling nutrients, which is a home to many decomposer and detritivores, so that chemical cycles can occur. Okay. In a nutshell, you know, the complete agriculture produce is totally dependent on the type of soil in that region. What is soil made up of? If I have to sum it up, you know, I think it's made up of rock particles, humus, which is organic matter made from the decomposition of living things, sorry, water, air, soil, organism. If I have to break it further, go a little granular level. Rock particle basically is from parent rock material made of gravel, sand, slate, clay, and chalk. It contains minerals. Humus, as I already said, is the organic matter made from the decomposition of living things. Result in nutrients and minerals returning to soil. Absorbs and retains water. Water, as everyone knows, held in spaces between the soil. It dissolves minerals and allows movement through soil and uptake by plants. Rapid movement of mineral salts can lead to salinization, which of course can be sort of negative impact to to agriculture produce. Too much of water can lead to anoxic condition and acidification. Air, which is held in soil grains. One of the point which I have to put it there is well aerated soil provides oxygen for soil organism and plant roots. Soil organisms mostly invertebrates, but can be things such as moles, break down large particle, decompose, recycling minerals and nutrients, mix and aerate soil. Example: moles, prairie dogs, naked mole rats, etc. Okay, how does soil forms? I mean, the image which you see here basically gives a very good lateral cut view of how the soil is formed. If you see in this, uh, you know, if you see in this diagram, you'll see that topmost, you know, place near the tree trunk is actually occupied by ferns, wood sorrels, honey fungus, grasses and small shrubs, organic debris, moss and lichen, rock fragments. If I go a bit down, I see a lot of bacteria, fungus, you know, and if I have to laterally, if I have to vertically cut it further, I would, cut it, or I can segregate it in terms of immature soil, young soil, mature soil. In the mature soil, you see a lot of moles, root systems, you know, uh, red earth mite, beetle larva, which are part of that, which are part of the soil, mite, nematode, etc. I'm quickly going to the next slide. How does soil form? Very slow process. So soil formation is a very, very slow process. Basically, there are three top reasons or top ways soil is formed. Number one, weathering of rocks, which is mechanical. Number two, deposition of sediments by erosion, which is mechanical again. Number three, decomposition of organic matter, chemical. Okay. Now, if I have to go to system diagram, construct a system diagram of the following data: storage, transfers within the soil, inputs, outputs, transformation. Then I can, I can uh, further classify storages. It stores organic matter, organisms, nutrients, minerals, air, and water. Transfer within the soil, biological mixing. Basically, organisms living in soil mix nutrients and minerals in with organic matter. Translocation, movement of soil particles is suspension. Number three, inputs. Organic material including leaf litter, inorganic matter from parent rock, precipitation, energy. Outputs, of course, it's an uptake by plants, soil erosion, trans- transformation, decomposition, withering, nutrient cycling. Now, I'm coming to the system diagram. If you see this, you know, uh, what all things we just discussed in the last slide, I've put it in sort of a mapping. If you see the titles here, you see the connectivity between water, organism, air, soil, minerals, organic matter, inorganic matter, nutrients, minerals. You'll see I'm starting from the right hand side. The inorganic matter basically is formed by withering, you know, and it results into minerals and nutrients. Now, nutrients, they biological mix and form soil. Okay, minerals, they biological mix again, they form soil. Soil nutrient cycling is directly connected to air. Air, organism again for respiration rely on air, right? uh, Leaching soil, the leaching happens with the help of water. Water precipitates into soil. Translocation, soil erosion. If you see organisms, death and decomposition, organic matter decomposition again returns back to nutrients. So basically it's a cycle, and in the cycle every single component plays a very important role. Okay, now this slide talks about soil system food web. The soil food web basically, you know, if you are able to see the slide, it talks about plants, fungi, nematodes, arthropods, birds, nematodes, animals, protozoa, bacteria, organic matter. All of them are in, I mean, connected to each other, all are related to each other, all are mapped to each other. Under the sun, you can see all of these, you know, all of these are interconnected, interrelated. Okay, it also talk about first trophic level, second trophic level, third trophic level, fourth trophic level, fifth and higher trophic level. Okay, cyclic review. Nitrogen atmosphere, you know,